Okay.
But more likely, I don't think you need to.
Here, this as well. Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Um, speak more loudly. Okay. Yeah.
We're on?
Yeah.
Ah. All right. Hello. Today we are learning about summarizing, and this is things that you can do to
Louder.
help you write a very clear and easy to read and understand paper. It's also good when talking, but today we're talking more about writing, summarizing. All right, first slide. Why do it? Why do you summarize? You can think about maybe there's a book you've read, a very long book, 200 pages or something, and a friend asks you, what is the book about? So you're not going to read the entire book. You're going to say, oh, the book is about a dolphin who becomes the president and likes to eat pizza. Summarizing, making it short, taking 200 pages and making it one sentence is summarizing. So, why do it? Comprehension. So we want to reduce the information to essential ideas. So we have a lot of information in any paper or in a 200-page book, but we want to talk about the essential ideas, the most important ideas. So also we're going to understand and learn important information. So by summarizing, we're going to only focus on the important things. If it's not important, if it is a detail that is not important, then we do not need to talk about it in the summary. So also comprehension, it's to reduce information that is non-essential ideas. So things that we don't need, we're not going to talk about. So easy. Summarizing is focusing on ideas that we do need are very important and not focusing on ideas that are not so important. Alright, let's go on to the next slide and learn the process using the Midas touch. Alright, here is something that can help you start your process of how to summarize. First, M, main idea. So identify the topic sentence. Now, usually in a paper, the topic sentence, or in a speech, the topic sentence is going to be the very first one or two sentences. And usually in a paper, each paragraph will have a topic sentence, and usually it is in the beginning, the first sentence, because the topic sentence will tell you what this is all about. It helps you prepare for what you are about to read.
Student asks where you come from. You can interact still.
I come from New York City, America, maybe you know. Alright, let's go on to I. Identify supporting details. So first you have your main idea. For example, American food is delicious. Then you have supporting details, reasons why. Because it's healthy, it tastes good, there's pizza, you know, things like that. Supporting details. Main idea, detail, detail, detail. This is the structure for any paper you write. But first, we have main idea. Second, identify supporting details. Third, D, we're going to disregard unimportant information. So there is in a paper a lot of things that are good to know, but are not the most important and are not the main ideas. So we need to forget about them, not talk about that at all. And next, we need to analyze. We're talking about redundant information. Many times in a paper, there is information that you see 2 or 3 times. They repeat the same thing, same thing, same thing. When we summarize, only one time we talk about it. So redundant means over and over, again, again. So those are not important. We need to not say the same thing many times. And the last one, we need to simplify, categorize, and make our idea information very easy to read and understand. So M, main idea. What is this about? I, supporting details, things that help the main idea. D, we're going to forget about all of the other not important things. And A, we're going to forget about the same thing repeated. And S, we are going to make it simple and easy to understand. Good? Ready for the next? Okay. So, establishing a focus. So a focus is what each paragraph or paper is about. So here the main idea is the most important information or concept in a text or a statement, like a speech. So main idea, the most important. Next, sometimes the main idea is explicit, which means easy to understand, very clear, but sometimes it is implied. So difference is explicit idea is, for example, skateboarding is fun. Very easy. We know what this is about. But an implied idea is something that you have to read many sentences and take this and this and this and make your own idea. So sometimes the main idea is very easy. It is the first sentence. And sometimes it is all of the paragraph, and you have to think about and find the main idea yourself. So not all information is equal. Some of it is clearly more important than the rest. So same, we were talking about sometimes you have a paper or a speech and some things are good to know, some things not so important. So you need to find the most important things and focus on that. But how do we find the most important things? What do we do? So we are going to use basic signal words. These are the 6 parts of any story, any paper, any speech. Very important. And when we summarize, we need to know each of these 6 things to help us make it very clear and understand what we're talking about. Okay? So first, who? Who is it about? Second, what? What is happening in the story? Why do I care? Why am I reading this? Next, where? Where does it take place? That's a location. When? When is what time? It can be time of the day, like the time. Also the day and the month and the year. Why? Why are the people doing the action? Why is the who doing the what? Why? Why is it important? And last is how. How are they doing the main action? Let's think of an example before we move to the next slide. A story that everyone knows. Maybe a Disney story. Maybe maybe Star Wars? Everyone know Star Wars? Yes? No? Lion King? What about... People know. Alright, we'll do Lion King. Lion King is easier. So, Lion King. Who is Lion King about? It's about lions, right? Simba and his friends. What? What is the action? He has to fight his evil uncle and be the king. Where? The story takes place in Africa. When? I don't know, maybe a long time ago. Why? Because he wants to take his friends and become king and make everyone happy. And how? His friends fight with him and they win. The end. Very easy. Long story. 2-hour movie. You can make into 6 very simple ideas. Main ideas. Alright. Ready for the next one? So this is a simple structure. When you write something, first think of your main idea, and then think of 2 or 3 or 4 supporting details. These are things that can help you make your idea clear. So usually when you write a paragraph, maybe a short essay, you have to have a main idea, one's first sentence, and then 3 sentences to help talk about the main idea. Alright, topic sentence. The topic sentence is usually the first sentence in a paragraph, and it gives the reader an idea of what the paragraph is going to be about. So usually, if you need help finding the main idea, you look at your topic sentence. Alright, so your topic sentence. Sometimes the topic sentence is very easy to find, sometimes not. Let's look at some examples. However, the topic sentence may not always be clearly stated. So like we said before, sometimes it is hard to see or find. And it might also be clearly stated. And it can come in the middle of the paragraph and not just the beginning. So usually, most times it's the beginning, but sometimes it's not. So it's important to read and think about the main idea. But regardless, all topic sentences are supported by statements that you are able to give and help develop the main idea. So think about statements, details to help your main idea. Okay? Let's go on to the next slide. Summarizing. So we're going to do some examples. We're going to think about what we learned. We're going to read a lot of information, and we're going to make it very short, very easy, very simple. Okay? Here is our example paragraph. I want everyone to please read along quietly to themselves. First, a tornado is a powerful, twisting windstorm. It begins high in the air among the winds of a giant storm cloud. People who have watched a tornado people who have watched a tornado having winds reach down from the sky have said it is the most frightening thing they have ever seen. In some parts of the United States, the windstorms are called twisters or cyclones. So, let's think. What is any idea what in all of this? What is the main idea or the topic sentence? If you're thinking this, you are correct. Very easy. Tornado is a powerful, twisting windstorm. This is about tornadoes. So we have first our topic sentence, and then we have details to help talk about why it is powerful, very strong, and twisting. Twisting is like spinning, twisting, windstorm. So our details are in yellow. So it is starts from a giant storm cloud. It is frightening, which is very scary. And another name for tornado is a twister or a cyclone. So twister and cyclone are the same as tornado. So we have a topic sentence, and we have 3 ideas about it. So here is our graph from before, and we have tornado is a powerful twisting windstorm, and our 3 details we have comes from a giant storm cloud. It's frightening and also called a twister or a cyclone. So very easy. Looking back here, there are some information that we don't need to talk about, like the United States or what people think, where it comes from, but we talk about the main ideas. So we make it very short, very easy. Right? Okay. Next one, our sentence summary. So tornadoes are frightening, powerful, twisting windstorms, sometimes called twisters or cyclones, that start in giant storm clouds. So we made all of our details from before, all of our idea and our 3 details, we turn into one easy sentence that is very clear, and it helps us discover our main idea and what we are talking about. Very easy. Let's go on to another one here. Tornadoes continued. Tornadoes, everyone please reading at home, please read. Tornadoes are not the only twirling windstorms that move through the Earth's air. So this sentence lets us know that we're going to learn about other kinds of storms, not only tornadoes. Dust devils, hurricanes, and typhoons all have twisting winds. But these windstorms differ from tornadoes in important ways. Now here, this is a good idea, a good example of the main idea. It's not in the beginning. The beginning sentence helps us understand that we're going to talk about something different, but the main idea really comes in the middle, right here. Dust devils, hurricanes, and typhoons all have twisting winds, and they differ from tornadoes. So here's our main idea. It's dust devils, typhoons, hurricanes, and typhoons have twisting winds, right? And here are two details that talk about that. They differ from tornadoes, and they're also whirling windstorms. So this whole paragraph is a good example of the main idea in the middle. So don't always think it's in the beginning. Read the first sentence and ask yourself, is this really the main idea? Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Okay. Next one. Here we're going to summarize. We're going to make this into one sentence. And the sentence is, dust devils, hurricanes, and typhoons also have twisting winds, but they are different from tornadoes. Very easy, very clear, very short. So we were able to make all of this, and we change it to one sentence, this. This is a good example of a summary, making it short, making it clear, and easy to understand. Are you ready for the next one? Okay. More about tornadoes. Everyone, please read this. Dust devils are the weakest of the swirling windstorms. Their winds usually spin between 12 and 30 miles per hour. Most dust devils are less than 5 feet across, and few, so let's remember here what is in yellow. The yellow will help us remember the important things. So most dust devils are less than 5 feet across, and few last more than a minute or two. They are often seen in the desert under clear skies. Dust devils form near ground when certain kinds of winds make hot, rising air start to spin. Alright? Everyone reading? Good. Alright, so this is a paragraph about dust devils. So a dust devil is another kind of storm, similar to a tornado, but here we learn how they are different. So, let's think. What can the main idea of this be? What do you think? Any ideas? Is it maybe hot rising air? No, I don't think so. Well, this one I think, let's find out. Easy. So, dust devils are the weakest of the swirling windstorms. So we can see that This time the topic sentence, the main idea, was our first sentence. This whole paragraph is about dust devils, and our first sentence tells us why they are weak, why they are not strong. So dust devils are the weakest of the swirling windstorms. So why are they weak? First reason, they are less than 30 miles per hour. That's like, a motorbike going not very fast. Next, they are only a few feet across, so they are not very big, very, very small, like a dog or a cat, the size of a dog, right? And the last one is they only last 1 or 2 minutes. So they're very small, they're fast, but they're very short. So all of this is the dust devil. Now, let's make this into one sentence about dust devils. Here it is, the sentence summary. Compared to other windstorms, dust devils are the weakest and least severe. So, it's important to remember we are comparing them to other storms. We're talking about many different kinds of wind storms. And of all of the storms, dust devils are the weakest. Not very strong. Not fun. Still not fun, but not as dangerous as some of the other ones. Alright, next one. Alright, here we go. Hurricanes and typhoons are the largest of the swirling windstorms. Do we think maybe this is the main idea? Maybe. Let's keep reading. The winds of these storms blow about 75 to 150 miles per hour. They form over warm tropical oceans, and they create heavy rains as well as strong winds. So we can stop right there, and I think we know that this is about hurricanes and typhoons, and we're going to learn about how they are different than tornadoes and dust devils. Our first detail we have here is how fast they are, 70 to 150 miles per hour, and where they start, which is over oceans, and they cause heavy rains and strong winds. Okay, let's keep reading. When a tropical storm like this begins over the Atlantic Ocean or the eastern Pacific Ocean, it is called a hurricane. The same kind of storm in the western Pacific Ocean or Indian Ocean is called a typhoon. Hurricanes and typhoons may be several hundred miles wide, travel thousands of miles, and last for days. So, here we're learning about hurricanes, and hurricanes or typhoons, same thing. These are very big, very strong, very fast, very long, windy. So let's think about our main idea and our details. And I think I just gave you some help. Let's go to the next slide. So our main idea and supporting details. Alright, so main idea is that hurricanes and typhoons are the largest of the windstorms. Here are some facts, how fast they are, how big they are, and how long, how much time they last. So these are all good information about hurricanes and typhoons. And if we want to make this very long, not very long, this 4-sentence paragraph, we can change it and summarize like this. Here is the sentence summary. In contrast, that means they are different. Hurricanes and typhoons are the largest windstorms, since they may be hundreds of miles wide, travel very fast for thousands of miles, and can last for days. Alright, so it tells you why, or tells you what, that they are the largest windstorms, and why. So it's these details right here. So what, why, why. Okay. Moving on. Okay. Here we're going to make a summary about everything we've been reading, about tornadoes, about dust devils, and hurricanes. So let's read this together. Tornadoes are not as large as hurricanes and typhoons, and they don't travel as far. In fact, many tornadoes last only a few minutes, but the spinning winds of a tornado can rip through the air at up to 300 miles per hour. The winds of a large tornado are the fastest, most dangerous winds on Earth. So, we learned about dust devils and hurricanes, and hurricanes are very strong, very big, but tornadoes are even faster. A hurricane wind, the most is 150 miles per hour. Very strong. But tornadoes are 300 miles per hour. So 2 times as fast. Sometimes they're very short, maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes, but they're very, very powerful. When a tornado comes into a city, it will destroy anything it touches. Houses, trees, everything destroyed. So they're very strong and very, very dangerous. They are the most dangerous winds on Earth. So here, I think our main idea, our topic sentence, is near the end. Here we go. So you see that here, the winds of large tornadoes are fastest and most dangerous winds on Earth. They last a few minutes and they're 300 miles an hour. So we can make all of this, we can change this, make it very short, summarize into this sentence. The bottom line is this. The bottom line, this is expression that means, alright, the main idea is this. Although they are not as large as hurricanes and typhoons, tornadoes are the fastest, most dangerous windstorms. So they're not as big, they're not the biggest, but they are the most dangerous. They kill many people, destroy many houses, big problems. Cool. So, we've learned about finding the main idea and then finding 3 or 4 other details to help us make the main idea important. Tell us why it is important. So when we summarize, we can also do 2 different things, and it's called paraphrasing and quoting. Ooh, just shut down. Yeah.
Hey,
Oh. Just kidding.
I still see everything or
Alright.
just from your end?
Great. So, summarizing and paraphrasing, these are very similar ideas, but paraphrasing is a little bit different, and quoting is very different. But these are important. Paraphrasing and quoting are both important ideas for helping you summarize. So, summarizing, paraphrasing, and quoting. So you can borrow from the works of other writers as you research. So this is a good idea when you are researching and studying, trying to find information. You use a little bit of other people's ideas. Now, that's very important, is that when you use these ideas, you're going to do one of 2 things. You can either use the idea word for word, and you make it a quotation, and you tell the reader whose idea this is, or you can paraphrase. And paraphrase is making it your own words. You take someone else's words and you change it and make it shorter and your words. So, also, as a good writer, you should summarize, paraphrase, and quote to blend source materials in with your own. But you should make sure your own voice is heard. So, when you write, it is important to use many other ideas. You want to have facts and things that you can support your main idea, but you also need to have your own voice. So not only writing down facts, this and this and this, you need to make sure that it's still your idea. Your main idea is still being heard. Well, how do we do this? Quotations. So using quotes, quotations or quotes, also like this, quotations. Alright, so you want to add to the power of an author's words to support your argument. So if you have a good argument, a good idea, sometimes someone else has a similar idea, and you can use their words to make the power of your idea very strong. So also, it's good if you want to disagree. So if you want to say why it is not this, it's a good way to use that. Disagree with an author's argument. So a quotation can help you agree or disagree. And also, you want to highlight the powerful phrases of a passage. Maybe you are writing about a book or about something else, and you want to talk about one sentence that is very, very strong and it's important. So you can use a quotation and use the exact sentence to give a clear example of why your main idea is important. And also, if you are connecting different ideas, maybe two different ideas, and there's one good way to connect them, a quotation can help with that as well. And you want to note the important research of other people. So if it is a very popular, something very important, it's good to have other people's ideas that think the same thing. If many people think the same thing, then it makes your point very strong. So these are all good reasons why to use quotations. And quotation is saying exactly the same thing that you're reading. If I was going to make a quotation from this, I would say, use quotations when. Exactly the same. Not changing it, using exactly the same. Summarizing is changing. You're mixing a little bit. But quotation is all or part of a sentence. And you need to say, always tell the reader or listener who you are quoting. Where do you get this information? Is this a quotation from Shakespeare, to be or not to be? Or is this a quotation from a book about trees? Tell where you get the information for a quotation, because a quotation is not your idea. It's someone else's idea that can help your point, your main idea. And next slide. Next slide, paraphrasing. So paraphrasing is basically when you plan to use information on your note cards and wish to avoid plagiarizing. Plagiarizing. This is a big word and important when you are writing a paper. When you have a paper to write, if you find something on the internet, you Google this and, oh, here's a paper all about my idea. I'm going to copy, paste. Here you go, teacher. Here's my paper. That is not allowed. That is plagiarizing. It is different than a quotation. Quotation is one sentence that is the same. Plagiarizing is all paper, 2-3 pages, all the same from someone else. So quotation is okay, but plagiarizing is not okay. So what you do is you take the ideas and you make them your own. You change a little bit here, change here, and you make your own idea. So you want to avoid overusing quotations. So you want to use a little bit, but not very many quotations, because then it's not your ideas. Too many ideas from other people. And you want to use your own words to present information. So, for example, I'm with some friends of mine, and we want to go to the movies. So I call my friend up, and call them up. Say, "Hi, we're going to the movies. Can you come tonight?" And she says, "Oh no, I have to study, and then I have to go to the gym, and I have to do my laundry, and then I have to get up early tomorrow. I can't come. I can't. I'm sorry." Okay. I said, okay. See you later. Bye. My friend says, "Oh, can she come to the movie?" So I can paraphrase and say, "No, she's busy tonight." So all of her words I can make shorter, and my own words, and no, she's busy. She has things to do. So paraphrasing is taking an idea, usually making it smaller, like summarizing, and use your own words. So you can research and find lots of good things, use the internet, use books, newspaper, many things. But when you write your paper, you do not want to plagiarize. You want to paraphrase. So remember to use your own words and change it a little bit to make it your own. So summarizing. You summarize when you want to establish background or offer an overview of a topic. So it's a good idea if you have a lot of things to talk about, many things, you summarize. You say, okay, today we're going to learn about cooking fried chicken and pork. So I'm telling you, okay, we're learning about how to cook and what two things we're cooking. I summarize, tell you about what you are going to hear. And again, summarizing is making things very short and easy to understand, and it's helping you to organize and helping the listener to understand. Very good. Very well. All right, and next, you want to describe common knowledge from several sources about a topic. So common knowledge is things that maybe a lot of people know. Common is many. There's many. So many people know this information. So, for example, common knowledge on my report about trees. Common knowledge is trees are very important for the environment and for people because they make air for us to breathe. So that's a good main idea. I'm telling you why trees are important, who they are important for, and what they do. And I'm telling something that most people know. People know that trees are good and they make air. So it's giving some information that people know, but also you can use your quotations and your paraphrasing to give them new information. And you want to determine the main ideas of a single source. So summarizing is really about the main idea and making it short, making it easy to understand. So here we have quotations, which is using the same words and telling where they're from. And you use these words, these sentences, to help make your idea stronger. Paraphrasing is reading a lot, reading this, okay, and you take whole page, and you can make into your own words shorter. You can summarize. And many times, summarizing, telling the main ideas, you use paraphrasing. and don't use quotations for summary. Quotations are usually a good detail, a good supporting detail to help the main idea. Here are some good websites. You can write these down, and these can help you think about writing and structure, what to do first and second and third when writing. But I think it's really most important to remember that when we summarize, we have a main idea and supporting details. So it's important to remember when you are writing, think about what you're writing about and detail, detail, detail. And then another paragraph, same thing, main idea, detail, detail, detail. And overall main idea. Also, it's important to think about when you are reading something to try and find where is the main idea and what details are important and what details are not important. So one more time, we have our main idea, important things, not important, summarizing, making easy, establishing a focus, what is our main idea, and using basics. Always important to think about finding the main idea, who, what, where, when, why, and how. Cool. Alright, so let's remember our main ideas, our supporting details, 3 supporting details or more, but 3 is a good number for short and easy. This is for one paragraph, but also for all of your paper you want to have one main idea, and at the end you repeat the main idea. And here are examples about tornadoes and how to find the main ideas, which are in yellow. And you can look at the PowerPoint later and help you find them. Main ideas and details are in yellow. And you can organize like this: main idea, detail, 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 and then change into one easy sentence. Same here. Main idea is in the middle this time. Remember, it is not always at the beginning, and usually never at the end. It's beginning or middle. Main idea, detail, detail. And we can change this into one sentence like this. Here, the same thing. Main idea is first sentence, detail, detail, detail. Like this, main idea, detail, detail, and detail. And here we make it into a sentence, same. And this very long paragraph here, we found our main idea in the beginning. Detail, not very important in the middle, you see. Detail, detail. Main idea, detail, detail, detail. And we make all of this into one sentence. The sentence summary. This is what a summary is. We take all this information, find the important things, and change all of this into this. This is the summary. And our last one, well, here's an example. Our main idea is close to the end. Very strange, but sometimes it's there. So you need to read carefully and think about who, what, when, where, and why. Main idea, our detail, and our sentence summary. And last, we learn about paraphrasing and quoting when summarizing. So quoting is to use someone else's ideas and tell them where you get them from to help make your idea stronger, as a good example. And paraphrasing is taking another idea and changing it to make it your own idea. And summarizing is taking something very big and making it very short. And that's what we learned about today, how to summarize. We know why it's important. I mean, this is something you do every day with your friends or when reading or working, and it's very important in school as well to read and find the main idea and make something very long very short. And here are your resources to help you if you need more help. Oh.
Oh, you need to do something?
Oh, no. I just shut it down by accident. Ah, there it is. So that's finishing the slides.
You can ask them, like, if they have any questions. They'll type it.
Okay, let me get it ready for...
No, just leave that on.
Okay, yeah.
So they can see your browser.
Ah, okay. Alright, so...
The mic is a little close.
Alright, so we have many things we learned about today. Do we have any questions that I can help you with? Let me change this real quick. I'm making this a little bigger. I didn't bring my glasses, so I'm going to make the resolution bigger. That'll help. Okay. Alright, so we have any questions? I don't actually need that now. Alright. Yeah? Oh. Yeah. Cool. Okay. So, questions. Gotcha.
Explain what is quotation? How can you use quotation? You can speak to this.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
I can speak and also hear and see everything on the screen.
Okay, sure. Well, I will show you an example, and I will type the example to make it very clear. So I am doing a report about dogs. Okay, a report, writing a paper about dogs. And my main idea is that dogs are a very friendly and helpful animal. So when I was studying and learning about dogs, I was reading an article, and the article said this: dogs are the most helpful animals in the world, said Dr. Mark Smith. So this is an example of a quotation. These marks, blah blah, quotation. So in my story about dogs, this doctor, he said that dogs are the most helpful animals on Earth. So maybe that is a good quotation that I can use when I am writing or talking to people about why dogs are friendly and helpful. So a quotation is someone else's words. These are the words of Dr. Mark Smith. Same exact word, no changing, no paraphrasing, no summarizing. And you use this quotation to help make your idea very strong. Here's another quotation about dogs. Or maybe also a quotation can be on the opposite to help you. For example, here's a good example. Here's a good example right here. Dogs. So here's another quotation. This is by Dr. Mario. Dr. Mario writes, "Other animals, like cats, are not as good friends with people. Dogs are the best friends of people." Now this quotation is not a fact. It is an opinion. It's what Dr. Mario thinks. But still, it's okay. It helps talk about my idea that dogs are friendly and helpful. And he's a doctor, so maybe he's very smart, and it makes my idea and argument very strong, very good. So quotations are good details to use. It can be something people said or something people write. Good. Any other questions about finding the main idea, or questions about Anything. Any words that were very big and hard to understand? There are many big words in that that PowerPoint. Yes. Are there any other words that were hard to understand in the PowerPoint? You understood everything? Wow, you guys are very, very smart. Well, remember, when you're reading the PowerPoint later, if there is a word you don't understand, you can go to a dictionary online, very fast, very easy, and it's a very helpful way to help you understand everything you are reading. Cool. All right. Thank you, everyone, for listening, and please make sure to practice your English as much as possible. Bye.